So basal nuclei is the highest center for automatic associated movement like smiling, while cracking a joke, while walking, the hands are moving. Okay? So that's the introduction. Cerebellum is taught to you, cerebellum. Like there is archie, paleo, and neocerebellum. So there is archistratum, paleostratum, and neostratum. So in basal nuclei also there is archistratum, which is formed by the amygdaloid body. Paleostratum, which is formed by globus pallidus. Neostratum, which is formed by putamen and caudate nucleus. Are you aware of this terminology? Caudate nucleus, putamen. Okay. I will draw a transverse section. If a transverse section of the brain is taken, transverse section, this is the internal capsule. This anteriorly is caudate nucleus. Here is thalamus, and here is a nucleus called lentiform nucleus. This is the transverse section. This is the medial side. This is the lateral side. This is internal capsule. You know what is the internal capsule. Okay? Caudate nucleus, thalamus, lentiform nucleus. This lentiform nucleus is divided into two parts. The medial part is called as globus pallidus and the lateral part is called as putamen. Okay? So, archistratum, the oldest striatum, basal nuclei also called as striatum, because what happens is there is grey matter which runs through the internal capsule like this. So the internal capsule appears to be striated, or this whole thing appears to be striated. Internal capsule is white matter, but the grey matter of caudate nucleus and this, it runs through the internal capsule, therefore the word striatum, striations. So for globus pallidus, आपने वो बॉलीवुड के मूवीज में देखा रहेगा ना, वो शादी होता है, husband wife staying together, and then somebody else comes. So globus pallidus married with putamen. So ideally they should form neostratum, ऐसा नहीं है, ये थोड़ा सा old thought का, so it becomes paleostratum. Putamen, new, not happy with the partner, so उसका अवेयर होगा, किसके साथ? Caudate nucleus. So they form neostratum, नया जनरेशन. Caudate nucleus plus putamen form neostratum. अभी क्या जरूरत है देखो, ये टुगेदर एक यूनिटी और एक विचार globus pallidus अकेला पड़ेगा, forming paleostratum. You got it? What is neostratum? This is a transverse section, caudate nucleus, thalamus, lentiform nucleus, medial part globus pallidus, lateral part. Now coming to the anatomy of caudate nucleus, lentiform nucleus. The caudate nucleus has a head, body and tail. Head, body and tail. Above this Caudate nucleus is the lateral ventricles of the brain. Above the caudate nucleus are the lateral ventricles of the brain, where this is the anterior horn, this is the central portion, this is the posterior horn, and this is the inferior horn of lateral ventricles. You have heard of lateral ventricles. There are two lateral ventricles. So lateral ventricle shape is also like this. They also run in the cerebral hemispheres like this. The inferior horn is in the temporal lobes. Anterior horn is in the frontal lobe. And central portion is in the parietal lobe. So this is how the two, in my brain, the two lateral ventricles shape will be. What is my thumb? Inferior horn. They lie in the temporal lobe. What is this? Anterior horn lies in the frontal. So frontal say the lateral ventricles come to the temporal lobes. And there is a posterior horn also behind, both of them. Here comes your MCQ, caudate nucleus. Head forms the floor of the lateral ventricle, central portion form, body forms the floor of the central portion. Tail lies in the roof of the inferior horn. Only portion of the lateral ventricles not connected to the caudate nucleus is posterior horn. So caudate nucleus also moves like this, going to the inferior horns. And lateral ventricles, they move like this. They go posterior and then they go. Okay. This diagram still not yet appeared in any textbook. Okay. That is just to make you understand how caudate nucleus and lateral ventricles are related. Now comes connections, and by now you must be harassed with the connections, textbooks you must have seen. Sorry, I'm not too that over it. So let's talk about the connections of basal nuclei or striatum. Here I am going to use two words. Striatum. Striatum means putamen plus body nucleus. Pallidum means globus pallidus. How many of you have visited Pallidum? Next time you visit Pallidum, what we should remember? Globus pallidus. Pallidum के साइड में से रेगिस करके होता है, एक 38 फ्लोर पे एक बार मैं गया, वो है उतना कुछ. And I was not knowing also because हम लोग ज़्यादा ऐसे ऊपर देखते हैं गरीब लोग. Cerebral cortex, three afferents. See, एक मिनट, प्रेस रिपोर्टर्स इधर देखो, understand the concept. Striatum receives all the afferents of basal nuclei. It hands it over to pallidum. Efferents of the basal nuclei arise from pallidum. That's the baseline thing you have to learn. So, cerebral cortex, and it comes only from three sources: cerebral cortex, thalamus, substantia nigra. Okay. So it receives afferents from three sources: cerebral cortex, thalamus, and substantia nigra. Efferents of the striatum go to pallidum, and efferents of the basal nuclei arise from pallidum. They arise from pallidum. So one efferent goes to subthalamus. It goes to subthalamus. Second goes to thalamus. It has some names. Ansa lenticularis. The lenticular nucleus. Ansa lenticularis. Fasciculus thalamicus. ऐसा ही नाम दिया. Fasciculus thalamicus. Fasciculus thalamicus is nothing but fibers arising from pallidum going to thalamus. It comes in a brand called as Ansa lenticularis, Fasciculus lenticularis. क्या होता है ना, स्टूडेंट्स को डराने के लिए ऐसा कुछ एमसीक्यू Ansa lenticularis तो पहली बार सुना. Lenticulate nucleus, Ansa lenticularis. Okay, and then there are descending fibers. Okay, descending fibers which go to substantia nigra. They go to red nucleus. They go to dentate nucleus. Dentate nucleus कहाँ पे होता है? Cerebral. Dentate nucleus. They go to substantia nigra, red nucleus, dentate nucleus. You realize these are all the areas connected. Subthalamus, substantia nigra, red nucleus, dentate nucleus. These are all areas related to motor activity. What arises from red nucleus? The rubrospinal arises from red nucleus. The extrapyramidal tract. Corticospinal tract is called as pyramidal tract. The remaining all tracts, rubrospinal arising from red nucleus, vestibulospinal arising from vestibule, these are called extrapyramidal tracts. So red nucleus. अभी थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेट करो. These are reciprocal. मतलब इसका इफरेंस इधर भी आएगा, इसका इधर भी आएगा. Fasciculus lenticularis, together forming fasciculus thalamicus. तो इसको भी मुझे नाम देना है, fasciculus subthalamicus. Okay. You are with me? और थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट करो. पहले इतना ड्रॉ कर लिया. फिर this also directly gives the thalamus also direct. Although this is the afferent, this also gives the. ऐसा नहीं कि ये कनेक्टेड नहीं रहता डायरेक्ट. Okay. तो बेसिकली तीन चीज याद रखना है: cerebral cortex, thalamus, okay. Thalamus के dorsomedial nucleus is also involved and ventral anterior also involved. So ventral anterior, ventral intermediate, concerning motor activities. Now, these fibers, ये अगर आप, मैं अभी जो बता रहा हूँ, अगर आप समझेंगे तो you will understand one disease, how it happens in old age. Parkinsonism. These fibers from the cerebrum two striatum are cholinergic. Cholinergic. Cholinergic, and they are excited. Excitatory. Normally the higher centers are replacing. This is excitatory because these all are higher centers only. Fibers from substantia nigra are dopaminergic and they are inhibitory. Parkinsonism happens in case of deficiency of dopamine. Okay, so now what has happened is dopamine excessively getting secreted. Suppose I am a Parkinson patient, dopamine excessively getting secreted. Dopamine is deficient. Suppose I am a Parkinson patient, dopamine is deficient. So no suppression is happening, only excitation by the cerebral cortex. So because of this excessive motor stimulus, because this is involved in motor activity, and substantia nigra was depressing. Now dopamine is less, so now it is not able to depress and only excitation by the cerebral cortex. And therefore the Parkinson patient has tremors, Parkinson tremors. And what is this? Have you seen such people who are like this all the time? Huh? This is Parkinson. Then excessive tone, mask-like face. Why? Because it is highest center for automatic associated movement. So the smiling happens there. So then what happens is because now those excessive not able, that automatic associated movements will stop. So the person will also walk like this. The sleepy example. So hands are not moving, automatic associated movements are mask-like face, no expression. And excess tone. Okay, hypertrophy. Because of excess motor stimulation. That is happening. This is getting stimulating, this is stimulating. Pallidum is stimulating all the motor centers. Okay? So hands, there will be Parkinson tremors. Okay? And the head also will be continuously moving like this. The hands will be rigid, not moving while walking, mask-like faces. That's the applied anatomy of basal nuclei. With that, we stop.